Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? How are you doing out there this afternoon, this evening, I should say? Welcome to a new edition of Real Talk for Real Men, our Wednesdays edition. And so, if you haven't subscribed to the channel all ahead of time, this is an opportunity to take advantage of getting to know who we are. And I'm going to bring in my co-host and my brother from another mother because I want to get to something before I get started here today. So, welcome if it's your first time tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. You can find me on TFG Uncut, TFG Ratchet, and we are part of the TFG network of shows. And so, let me bring in my co-host first and foremost from Memphis, Tennessee. This is Tasha. What's going on, McMac?
Not much, Black. How are you doing?
I'm exhausted.
That's
I am absolutely exhausted today. So that's why my energy level, I'm gonna, in full disclosure to you guys, it is just absolutely low. I'm absolutely exhausted, and so I'm really leaning towards bringing you guys in and maybe doing something I haven't done in a while. But let me bring in Kenny first because I appreciate you guys showing up first and foremost. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, my brother?
All
What's
right,
going on, my sister Tasha? How you all doing?
what's going
man.
on, Kenny.
I'll get to myself in a second. How are you doing, my brother?
Man, just glad to be the land of the living, brother. Just glad to be above ground. So
that
yeah, I'm
that I
blessed.
understand. That I
Yes,
understand.
sir.
I, I,
Yeah.
I really and truly do. So look. So let me say from the gate, I appreciate you guys absolutely showing up. And that's why I even popped in today. I didn't want to cancel ahead of time, but let me share with you guys to the viewers and audience, and anybody might pop in and see this after the fact. I am exhausted. I am absolutely exhausted. And I feel like I owed it to you guys to let you know this is where my energy level is today, because I have not slept very well this entire week. Tasha knows some things. This has been a really long day. Nothing bad. So let me say for the record. So we're not talking about anything tragic or anything like that. Health wise, I'm doing okay. I got back from vacation and all those good things. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted.
Mhm.
I have a neighbor above me. Let me ask you guys a question before I get to this, and I'll give you guys a choice. I can easily go into my topic tonight, or I can hang out and just talk with you guys for a little while, and we can get caught up. Um, I don't necessarily feel like I would do the subject as much justice. What do you
Mhm.
think, Tasha?
Well, I know that we're here, but if you don't feel like that you can do it justice, if you want to do something a little bit lighter, do you want to just, pick some things from his and hers and just discuss it quickly?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can do that.
I think that's a good idea. I'm with you, Black. I think we're human. Sometimes the energy isn't just there. And see, people don't. Let me say this to our viewers that's watching. Y'all think that it's easy for me and Tasha and Black to just get on here and sit and talk to you guys. Uh, Believe it or not, a lot of times we're dealing with stuff behind the scenes that you don't even know about. So when we get in front of this camera and this microphone, we do have to come with some energy because I know I feel that way. If I'm gonna get in front of this, I want to bring some energy. I want to be able to entertain, even no matter what's going on. Believe me, I've had 2022 has been a rough year for me. Let's just put it that way. So I get it. We're human. We're human. We all have things that we deal with. And I get it, Black. If you don't want to do nothing half-ass, and I'm like that. If I'm not gonna do it great, I don't want to do it at all. So I think, yeah, let's maybe do something a little bit lighthearted. Go to his and hers, like Tasha said.
This
Talk
is
about a
why.
couple of
This is
things
why
in there.
I
So
love. This is why this is my best friend. I love her. She's always got my back no matter what. And that's why I say I want to state for a record. If you end up tuning in late and seeing this, we have a topic. I
Yes.
see Brother Bert popping in as well. What's going on, my brother?
we
Oh,
Uh,
we
can't
can't
we
hear
can't
you.
hear you. We can't hear you.
it's on, yes, on mute. Yeah. So come on back, please. You know. Like I said, we have a topic, and that's the other part that it's such a serious topic.
It
I
is.
don't want to half-ass it and
Right.
not do it justice.
Right.
Just so you know, and again, I'm not going to throw this away because this is not one of those topics where it's time sensitive.
Right.
That if I don't do it now, it's not going to be relevant. What we were going to be talking about today, just so you know, give you a little precursor, we were going to be talking about the impact of Roe v. Wade on relationships. Now that we've had an opportunity to adapt and adjust to this new reality that it's repealed, we were going to actually discuss what does this mean for relationships
Mhm.
for us.
Hmm.
You know, we see it in the news and it's such a big topic. It's a hot button topic, you know, and again, for us as men in particular, if anybody don't know, my views was I don't have a right to tell a woman what to do with her body, but we're past that now. The decision has been made.
Right.
It's been repealed. So we were going to discuss what does it mean, now that what's going to happen, because when people make these decisions in real life, how is this going to play out? So I have some fantastic things planned. I would not be doing it justice. I would not be doing it justice. I want to be able to bring my intellect and my passion to the subject. So yeah, so that's what I just wanted to share with you. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna change gears really quickly, and
Mhm.
hopefully we'll make it as just as entertaining. Because I'm always prepared to be an opinionated asshole. That comes
Yeah,
with
yeah, that's natural for you, brother. That's not. Don't take that. Don't take that the bad way. I mean that. I
I
mean
don't.
that. I mean that lovingly.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And yes, it is. So yeah, so that's something that look, I don't have to research.
Mhm.
So I'm going to share my screen. Well, let's enjoy this together, and then we'll talk about whatever we come across. So again, I actually haven't been on his and her since I've been back from vacation. So let's get this thing cracking, and we'll see. We'll pick out something good, and we'll go from there. So of course, I'm going to share my screen with you, and there we go. So hopefully you guys can see my screen.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, let's see what's happening in the world of his and hers relationship perspectives and see what's going on out here. So I appreciate them. My brother highlighting the show. So appreciate that. So let's see what's going on in this world out here. I'm going to scroll
It's,
through.
it's been kind of slow in the group the
Ah,
last couple of days that I've
okay.
noticed. I pop in there every now and then to see what's going on. It's been kind of slow in the group.
Ooh, this is a long something. You know what? Hey, I got time today.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's see. And we'll kind of go from here. So this is a post where somebody said some accurate points were made. So apparently, here's what it's talking about. Here are some indicators that I've noticed of good fathers. Okay, this ought to be interesting. And for those out there watching, I have not read this. I don't know what it's going to say. We're going to explore this together. Number one, it likes kids all on his own outside of any type of romantic relationship. This includes men who coach kids, men who do volunteer work for kids, men who are teachers, men who have a lot of nieces and nephews that they are very involved with, men who babysit. One thing about my baby daddy is he was always around kids when we met. So whoever this is saying that that's an indicator about a good father. Number two, doesn't just say I want kids, specifically says I want to be a father. I personally think those two phrases are saying two different things. Number three, don't hate me for this one, but every single father I know that is absolutely fantastic and goes above and beyond the call of duty for a father did not have a good father himself. A lot of women ended up with deadbeats because they thought he was going to be around because he came from a two-parent home, and that is not always the case. My father was the prototype of amazing fathers, and a lot of it had to do with his own trauma around the way his father conducted himself. But part of this related to my next point, which is number four, introspective ability about his own feelings regarding parenthood and his parent trauma. In order for men to take their own daddy issues and channel that into good parenting, they need to have at least some ability to reflect on the parenting they received and make a conscious decision that they want to make that same choice to be a parent but do it differently. And five, they see fatherhood and parenting as a separate entity apart from romantic relationships. This may seem like a no brainer, but a lot of men think of parenting and being a father as some sort of package deal with being in a romantic relationship with a woman rather than its own thing that exists between them and their children that is completely independent of the mother. And this concept of what I was getting at is the difference between saying I want kids and I want to be a father. Ultimately, men who see having kids and being a father as a side mission of being in romantic relationships are the type of men who divorce you and divorce the kids when they leave you. That's a lot to unpack.
Yes, it is.
That's a lot to unpack. So, what do you think about this? Whoever this young lady is, these are some things that she think are indicators of what a good father actually is. Any point that jumped out there at you?
Well, I think the first one to me easily could have been a pedophile. I mean, and I say that
Hmm.
like, like in a way like he loves to be around kids in this day and age and where we live, and too many times we've seen people who love kids, they're a little bit too loving towards kids. So I think they're like you kind of have to be careful. And also, while we understand and we know that there are exceptions to certain rules, to the rules, we have to be careful sometimes, and generalizing, like men and different things. Specifically, what I'm talking about is one of the points that she made in regards to the man being a good father based off of what his relationship was like with his father,
Right.
and that always not coming from a two-parent household is, like it is going to guarantee that. I don't think anyone has ever said that it's going to guarantee that they're going to be a good father. I don't think that that's just the set in stone rule. I think it's just by and large, we know that they tend to have, to be more well adjusted. People who, do come from like the two parent homes who have their own families, they tend to be a little bit more adjusted because they are getting like the love, the nurturing from the two parents. Also, men and women love differently. Mothers and fathers are there to provide different rules, different experiences, and they're there to instill different lessons in you. What I learned from my father is not what I've learned from my mother or even my stepmother. It's not close because like that's it. He's a man, so it's going to be different for our dynamic. So like where again, I understand what she was saying for some of it, but some of them I'm like, I don't know. It just I think it's more can we take sex out of it and more just the type of person, just the person themselves.
Okay. I love a lot of points you made. Welcome back, Bert. I hope you can hear us, my brother. What do you think about what this young lady had to say, Brother Kenny?
I think this is a very introspective and and very valid points. I will agree with Tasha on the one. I think that's a red flag. That what to me was a red flag if they say they like to be around children a lot. I think in these days and times you have to be careful with that because you do have a lot of pedophiles and a lot of fathers have messed with their own children. So I don't know. I don't really necessarily agree with that one. But what really one hit home with me that I can personally relate to is the non-relationship that I had with my father that made me decide that I wanted to be a better father to my children. That definitely resonated with me because that was my whole mindset. I always said if I had children, I was regardless of what happened between their mother and if we didn't work out, they would know that I'm still gonna be there for them. I'm not gonna divorce your mom and then divorce you too. And I know a lot of men that do that, unfortunately, and that's traumatic to children. So I can definitely resonate with that one because of my own daddy issues. And a lot of men won't admit it. We had daddy issues. I know I did. I had daddy issues up until my mid 40s, and I didn't address it until I lost my mother, and all those daddy issues came back from my childhood. So and I've addressed it, and I'm in a better place now. I would say my pops and I aren't the best friends, but we at a better place. We communicate. Again, we don't talk to each other all the time. So yeah, I definitely say that this list was it hit home, and it has some really good points in it, in my opinion.
Fantastic. Welcome, Hannah and Bert. How you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, we're doing
Hey.
good. Hey,
All
what's
right.
going on?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys, I read a long laundry list of things a young lady was talking about, some introspective traits of a good father. So I know you guys may have come in towards the end, and it was really too long to read all over again. So I'll ask you guys this in general, because I think you're kind of getting the gist of the conversation. To you, what do you think it makes it for a good father? What makes a good father?
You said what makes a good father?
What makes someone a good father?
I can't. I'm not talking to my father right now, so I don't even know if I can answer this one.
Mm.
He's not even walking me down the aisle.
Oh
Oh,
God, I hate to hear
Yeah,
oh, I
that's
hate
where
to
we're
hear that.
at this moment.
that. Yeah,
Oh,
So I don't
oh,
think I'm good at this question because
I got you. I
I
got
don't
you.
have
mm,
that
I
right
got
now.
you. I got you.
I had it younger, but I don't have it in my adult years. So
Got
for me, I would say at least be consistent. When your children get a certain age, you still need to be their father. Even if you have other kids that are younger, you still need to be consistently a parent and especially a father because no matter how old you are, you still want that father figure.
wow. You just hit
I love
something. You
it.
just
I
hit
love
something
that.
that hit home right
I
now
love
for
that.
me,
I love that
Shahana. You
because
just
of
don't
what
know
I'm
what
going to
you
share
just
with you
said.
guys.
Just hit home.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Mm,
You've added more than you even might know.
Can
right.
I just say something? And it might seem a little confusing. I don't know if you guys heard. So we're switching topics, like we're changing like gears. We're not doing the Roe v. Wade like we were originally gonna do. So this is like the his and hers perspective.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to add to something that you just said, Hannah, because I was thinking about this, like last night, and especially like for me because I'm choosing just not to have kids in general. And when you try to explain that to people, sometimes like it comes across the wrong way. But children are an obligation for life, the duration of yours, the duration of theirs. No matter 18, it doesn't matter if they hit 18, 21, and whatever those milestones are, it's for life. So you don't get to pick and choose and say like, oh, I'm done, like I've done my job. If anything comes up, and if you are like a true parent, mother, father, if you are a true parent, you have to be there.
Wow.
I love it. I love. That's what I say.
Very true.
This is taking
Man,
on so much
man,
depth,
it
more
really
than
is.
more
Y'all
than
just
you
don't know
guys
what y'all
know.
really doing to me right now because I'm
And,
just
and, and,
I'm
and
I'm
so I'm
dealing with that in this moment. What y'all talking about?
and I'm getting ready to come with my thing because of something you said, Brother Kenny. But Bert, jump in here, man. If you want to, do you have anything you want to add to this? Because this is clearly intensely personal to you right now.
Yeah. For me, I had two models. One was my grandfather, and one was my dad. And I saw how my dad and my grandfather always interacted, and how he was always there no matter what my dad was going through. And
Hmm.
then my dad was the same thing, same way with me. Um, to tell you the truth, what makes a good dad, it's not only consistency, it's about being real. It's about being there. No matter what decisions that your child has made, you're still there for them. Even though they about to fall into that ditch, you still right there with your hand right there, like, come on up. I told you I'm gonna dust you off. We're gonna try this again. So, besides the usual,
Right.
taking
Right.
care of the child and everything like that. Um, that's what really makes up a great or a good dad. And it's not only like you were saying, it's not only until you're 18. Some people are 18, like you said, I'm done, get out of here, I did my work. But look, I still have to coach up my sons, and they're in their 20s. Their mother still calls me because she can't get through to them.
That's right.
So I gotta be the mediator and try to fix everything. And also, like you said, Tosh, it is an obligation, a lifelong obligation. And I do believe, if you do believe in the afterlife, I still think you're gonna be worried in the afterlife about
Right.
your
Exactly.
kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I love it.
Yeah.
So let me chime in here because you guys have really unloaded a lot here. Um, I have no idea what it's like to have a father. None. And so for me, that's where this hits home because you said, Kenny, how you said you're still grappling with some of these issues all, even into your 40s. I'm 54 years old and I still deal with it. Still deal with it today. There is a void that can never be filled, you know. And so if I could pass along a message to my input to fathers is kind of what Tasha brought up. Just because you don't know me, Mr. Moore, I'm still your son.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And all the shit that I've been through from that time to this, I'm still your son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so while I might not need you to tuck me in, we're certainly past that stage, you have left a void that no I've had role models of a good fathers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You failed in that regard and continue to fail in that regard. And so I love what you said, Tasha, because it doesn't end, you know, and you have a young lady here right now about to go through what should be the happiest
Happiest
day of
day
her
of our
life,
life. Right.
Yep.
you know, and I don't know the reasons and don't need to know the reasons, to be perfectly honest with you, because your role as a father to me is to be supportive. And as Bert said, whether you're 8, 18, or 38, the hand should still be able to catch you when you fall,
Exactly.
you know. And so anyway, I don't want
Yeah.
to take it too much deeper
Hey
than that,
man, it's
I,
deep. It's deep.
and I'll say this last thing, that if you guys have been watching my posts lately, I've been going through something for that very reason. I've been in my feelings over certain things I've been watching, you know, getting that melancholy feeling. And I'm not going to take you down the rabbit hole of P Valley and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like, believe it or not, even when you get older, certain things hit you and you kind of revert back to a time where I wish I did have a dad to talk to about some of these things. And that's why that's the beauty of this platform, is because if I keep it in, you know, it's not healthy. So I use this platform to get it out, you know, and so, you know, true fatherhood, it doesn't end. It doesn't.
Man.
And if you're blessed to be somebody's father, they're yours. They didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? So
That's right.
Kenny, did you want to add anything else? And then I'm gonna lighten the mood.
Man, you know what? Yeah, let's lighten the mood because I could take you down, man. Just my personal experience with grappling with my feelings with my pops. Uh, and I still deal with it, and I'm 53. And I've had to work through those with my own children, and they're in their 20s. I had to figure out why didn't I show my kids affection or love like I should,
Wow.
and I had to go to counseling for that.
Wow.
And it was
Wow.
because of I was lacking. I was wanting that love from my father. You know, no disrespect to my mother. My mother loved me unconditionally, but my mindset was like I knew who my father was, and he didn't even acknowledge me. Stayed
Wow.
across town with his family.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So yeah, so that was deep. So it took me a minute, and I'm still dealing with it, and I'm trying to be better for my children. And that's all that matters at this point now, is for me to be better for my own children.
Absolutely. And it's just something we may have to do a whole show on, something like this, you know. Anyway, let me lighten the
Yeah.
mood. Yeah, let me lighten the mood.
Therapy.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Therapy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Absolutely,
sir.
it is. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
but you know, by the grace of God, you know, I have my brothers. You know, Bert, Kenny, man, y'all don't even know how
Yeah.
value it is to show up and see our faces as black men, and that we're able to articulate and talk through a lot of this shit that maybe dad haven't let us get through. So,
Hmm.
honest sweetheart, baby,
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
being at that wedding.
I'm praying for you.
I'm coming,
Yeah.
baby. I'm
Thank
coming.
you. I'm not gonna
Praying
lie,
for
it
you.
does hurt.
Oh, I know it does. Oh, I'm
It
sure.
really
I
hurts
know it
that I
does.
can't share that because my dad and me was when I say
I know it does.
Oh yeah,
like this.
I know.
So I
But
think that's what hurts even more.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna say this last thing, and when I say I'll be at your wedding, I got married at 21, and half of my family in the congregation boycotted my wedding. So it was simultaneously. Tasha knows the story. So it was
Mhm.
simultaneously the happiest day of my life and the saddest day. Literally, when everybody had left in the house, me and my new wife, we sat and we looked at each other and we were absolutely exhausted and we were dealing with so many emotions because what was supposed to be the happiest day of my life, we stand up in front of God. I know that feeling,
Mm,
but I can sit here and tell you, and looking in hindsight, you know what? You're gonna have a support system there like you won't believe, sweetheart. And
yeah.
so don't let that define your day. I
Right.
can sit here and tell you that now. I wish somebody could have told me this. You know what I'm saying? Even as you're dealing with this, and that's going to work itself out and however way it need to. But
Mm,
don't you dare let that define your day. Don't let that mar one part of the happiness of your day. I can sit here and tell you now, I was young, I didn't know any better. I was 21, so I wish somebody could have told me that.
right.
When you guys stand up and do this, you grab every last bit of happiness that you can muster for yourselves on that day, and you hold on and you ride that bitch until she ride to the multiverse.
I know that's
That's
right.
right.
So that's what's up. We're
That's
gonna,
real talk.
you
Real
know,
talk. Real
so
talk for real men. There you have
That's
it.
right.
yes, it is. All right, let's lighten the mood. We're gonna share the screen and see what's popping out here. And TFG is his and hers relationship perspectives. And this one should be something a little bit lighter. This is an easy one. It's really asking, do you agree or do you disagree? Shutting down instead of communicating is just as toxic as arguing. We'll keep this quick. Shutting
Woo-hoo-hoo.
down, and that's why I said
Yeah.
shutting down instead of communicating is just as toxic. And I want you to notice the way they did it. They underline communicating and circle toxic. What do
Mhm.
you guys think? Shutting down instead of communicating is just as toxic as arguing. Anybody?
I, I totally agree with that. I think it's
Yes.
worse. I think it's worse because now you telling me that my feelings or whatever isn't even important enough for you to even want to talk to me about them. Whatever I'm upset about. So instead of us converse about it, you just want to give me the silent treatment. So I damn sure don't know where we stand now. So what's going on? So yeah, that's definitely that's a toxic trait, and that's definitely not good for a relationship at all.
Okay. Anybody feel any
Um,
different? Go ahead,
I was
huh?
going to say I agree with Kenny far as it being worse because when you are completely silent, then the other person draws their own conclusion, which 90, say 75% of the time is not a positive one,
Mhm.
especially when you're in the heat of the moment. So when you can't communicate and you draw your own conclusion, then you're getting even more upset, and then you don't know your own. Everyone reacts to things differently, and I'll be honest, I was guilty of shutting down because I'm like, I'm not talking because I'm get angry, I get pissed off, I'm not going to talk, I'm going to be silent. But then I had to realize that's not good because then you don't know how I'm thinking. I don't know how you're thinking. And we might be over it, but inside we walking by still angry at each other because no one's communicating. So I think I agree with Kenny. I feel like being silent is actually worse than actually talking about it. Depending on who the person is. Like if you know you're going to aim for the jugular all the time, then it might be time to be silent for a second. Gather your thoughts, get it together, and when you're ready to communicate, then talk. But don't let a day go by without talking.
Good
Right.
advice. Good advice. Uh, Bert or Tasha?
I'll go. Yeah,
I'll
obviously.
go.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Bert. Go ahead, Bert.
Okay. Yeah, I used to be the silent king.
Okay.
Look, well, I could shut you out quickly, and it did not mean a thing to me. But it does bring a level of toxicity to the relationship because it's like you could say something to me, I wouldn't even acknowledge it.
Mhm.
Like you didn't even like I'm looking right past you, looking
Right,
through you.
right,
So right now, I would rather you say something to me. If you want to call me an asshole, whatever it is that you want to call me, I don't care. As long as
Hmm.
you're saying something and I know what's going on with
right,
you.
right,
But
Hmm.
that silent shit, I don't know if
Right.
you want to kill my ass or I don't
Right.
know.
right, right,
Right.
So that's
right.
Yep.
toxic all the way, man. I used to be that way, but I'm glad I'm kind of got out of that. I'm working on it still, but
Absolutely.
right.
Right. Uh-oh. Shahana, her facial
That's a
expression.
beautiful thing. That tell
Oh.
you got some things to work on. I love it. I
Ain't
love
no
it.
Right.
silent around here.
I
I
love
know
it.
that. I know that's
Well, I'm
right.
talking about you a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I love it. Tasha, what you say on this one?
I disagree. Me, my mouth, if I'm in an argument with someone or if on here I'm very like reserved and I choose my words very specifically. But if it's just like someone that I know or especially like with a boyfriend or something, I'm mad disrespectful. I go for the jugular every time. I got a smart ass mouth. I got a real smart ass mouth. I've always had it. And for me, if you do something or say something that I don't like or you catch me in that moment, I'm going to say whatever it is that I can say to get you out of my face. Now,
I
where I
read
may not
that.
mean it, but I'm going to
Okay.
say it.
Right.
But so a lot of times for me, I have to be quiet. I'll have to be like, just leave me alone for a little while because if not, it's not going to be effective. It's not going to be nice, and it's gonna escalate it. So for me, I have to be quiet.
Okay.
Mm.
So I was kind of going to go there a little bit. On its face value, I agree with the statement. Communication is always better. And I, like you guys, I was guilty using the. I don't so much it wasn't shutting down, but I definitely used silence as a weapon. You know, and I didn't even know how much it hurt, honestly, until after we were divorced. To be honest, we were still good friends. We never lost a friendship. And she literally told me one day that she said you could be really cruel. That I had a way about me because I thought actually I was doing good. I don't like to argue. So I'm one of those people that I don't like arguments. I grew up in a household with such volatility and cursing and everything, and I vowed I wouldn't have that in my house. So I was where you was the king of silence, Bird. I was the king of I'm let's settle this and I'm done with it. And we ain't gonna discuss it no more.
Mhm.
And that was my way of dealing with it. Again, I was young, didn't know any better, and so for me it was she said it was cruel, that I wasn't willing to hear her all the way out. So as I've gotten older, I've learned, and now to Tasha's point, this comes down to me for knowing who you with,
Right.
knowing
That's a
your
good
the
point.
person you with and
Right.
how you guys communicate,
Right.
because Tasha brings up a good point. I lived with Tasha for 7 months. We're best friends for a reason. Oh, that mouth can be something wicked, seriously. And so
Yeah.
learning that, and this we weren't sexual or anything, but knowing that, okay, let me leave her ass alone. She's an evil bitch right now. And so, and it was, and I kid you not, Tasha's mean as a fucking rattlesnake. But what was so weird to me, and I had to learn this about her, you leave her alone, like a couple of hours could go by. I'm talking about y'all don't even know. And then she'd walk out and be a completely different person, and TV's on, and we sit there and we like nothing happened. But it's just whatever that is and leaving her alone. And I've even been in relationships with people because think about it now. Some people they attract that level of
Yeah.
they need that
They need
level
that.
of you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they need
Oh
that
yeah.
toxicity.
Yeah,
Yes,
They
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 need
do.
need
that.
that
I
level
They
hate
they
to
of
feed
use that
off of that.
word,
Yeah.
it's again, it's not for me, but I know many people that they wouldn't have a docile, quiet woman if you
Mm-mm.
gave them to them.
Mhm.
They want that person
Right.
that's feisty and talk shit, and that's what keeps their relationship going. So you have to know who you with and know what works for that person, because some women they want to talk a little shit until you boss them in that bedroom, and then
Hey, Black, and some men too. Some men just
yes,
they like to go at it too. They just won't. They,
absolutely.
you know. So you're right. That's a very good point. You just got to know the people, the person that you're with, and how you argue. I hate to say argue.
Right,
I just say
right,
have a disagreement, and you figure
absolutely.
out how to communicate. Because I always say don't don't have a disagreement when you both are emotionally there. If both of y'all are emotionally there, that
That's
stuff is gonna go to a
Yeah.
whole different
that's
level.
the
So
thing.
somebody
That's
got to
the thing. That's
have
the thing.
the logical head and say, you know what, I'm gonna chill because this could
That's
go a
the
whole
thing.
nother way that I don't want it to go right now.
That's the thing. And I'll add this last piece because of something Hannah and Bert talked about. I One of the things I did practice very well is not going to bed angry, not letting a new day. That is something
Mm,
I think that's valuable. And the
mhm.
reason why I say that really quickly is so much can happen that's not in that intro that's not being said.
Right.
And I can tell you from personal experience, you know, assuming is a dangerous, dangerous thing. So that's why talking it through, even if you're angry and upset, there should be a point where before you close your eyes, well, baby, honey, you know, let's talk about this and blah blah blah. Get some level of common ground before you call, because to sleep on it and wake up, man, where one person could fall on over, go to sleep, the other person, it's a whole nother thing going on. So as a good practice, I would tell any couples, yeah, don't go to bed angry. Don't go to bed angry. Don't, or should say, wake up angry. Resolve it as best you can.
Yeah.
You know, so
Agree.
we'll say that. All right, let's go to another one here. I think this one ought to be interesting. If a married if a married woman is using a vibrator in secret, is that mentally cheating? And
Hell no.
I'm gonna extend it to men too. So I'm gonna extend this one to men too. If if a man is looking at porn in secret and getting himself off, is that mentally cheating?
No.
What?
Yes,
Nah.
it is.
That's why I wanted to see
Who
what.
made this question?
That's why I'm like, what is? I remember seeing this question.
You said who
I
mentally
think I
treat if the
answered it
woman use a
too.
vibrator.
Okay, Tasha, you
That's
said definitively no. You say no too, Hannah.
I feel like every marriage is different.
Okay,
So if a person decides to use a vibrator, watch porn, whatever, to me, I personally don't consider that cheating because you never know what's going on. People say, oh, we're going to have sex every day. That might not happen. People get sick, things happen. You don't know why that person is using it. And even if some people, sex drive might be higher than the other. So to me, I don't feel like that's cheating. I feel like if you feel like you need to use a vibrator no matter what it is, then use it. If you want to watch porn, use it. If you want to use it on each other, use it. Like I feel like to me personally, that's not cheating. Now personally going out and then if you using it thinking of someone, yes. Other than your spouse, then yes. But what if you want to use it to get in the mood for your spouse before they come home, before work, send a video? You never know. So it's multiple reasons why you might have that. So to me personally, I don't think it's cheating. I just feel like it's not a reason. It's not a reason to cheat. You can use the vibrator throughout the day. Like it just makes it
Right.
fun. You never
Right.
know.
okay. What's up, Candace? You said
What's
no.
Hey,
up,
Candace.
fam? What's up, fam?
You said it's not cheating.
Yeah.
Um,
What was the question again? I remember seeing it in the group. I
yeah,
forgot.
if a woman is using a vibrator in secret,
Hmm.
is that mentally cheating?
No, no,
Okay.
no. I mean, just because no, maybe you just ain't you ain't he maybe just ain't bringing a hammer. I mean, so if she doing it in secret, how you know she doing it? Hey, that might be her thing. Again, like Anna said, her sex drive might be a little bit higher than yours, and so she might, when a woman needs it, a woman needs it. It's better to her to use that than to go out and get her a daddy uncle, get her old school, get it going. So, so
Okay.
nah, brother, it's all good. Don't be tripping on that. Your lady no vibrator.
Okay. Tasha, what you got to say on this?
No, it's not cheating. Maybe that person that, like as a woman, maybe that they don't want to just share that with you. Maybe they just want to have like a little fun by
Right.
themselves. I think
Mhm.
everyone should be their favorite person to have sex with. You should be your number one favorite person to have sex with yourself. You should, that, to me, that makes sense. But also, I wanted to ask Hannah for clarifying. So, if you're fantasizing about somebody else while you're with someone else, is that really cheating? Because I don't think that that's cheating.
Okay, so I feel like if you're married and you're fantasizing about your ex or something, that's cheating. Fantasizing about a celebrity or someone you don't know, that's different. But if you're fantasizing about somebody who already been balls deep in you, then of course you're cheating.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought it would be just reliving like your own private porn reel. I thought that's what that would be.
Not married.
You learn a lot.
That is on the
You
real, but
learn a
not
lot.
married. I feel like when you're married, that should be that should be the past.
Okay.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Good question.
Mm.
Really good question. Bird, jump in here, my brother. What do you think about this?
No, I mean every what everybody said on the panel is right. She can have a high sex drive, the whole nine. So I mean, if she want to rub one out, then let her rub one out. What's wrong with
Rub one
that?
out. What?
Rub one out.
There you go.
Flick the bean, whatever you got to do.
I think it is mentally cheating.
Oh.
I really do.
Okay.
Mm.
And the operative word here for me was doing it in secret. That's the operative word for me here. I have no issue with masturbation whatsoever. And, different sex drives, that's cool. I'm cool with that as well. My thing is, I would be open about it. You know what I'm saying? That, hey, and because I've had a truly negative experience with an ex of mine that played in a pussy way too much for me, and it was just a sloppy, gushy mess all the time. So, it just the image just brings up. It was just disgusting. My thing is, I'm not saying that I'm gonna ring your bell every time. You know what I'm saying? Well, what's up, Jenny from the block? In case you just joined, Jenny, the question is:
Hey, what's up, Judy?
if a woman uses a vibrator in secret, is it mentally cheating? I think so. My thing is, I'm okay, with like all the other stuff. Tasha, like you said, you should be a fan of your body. I'm an advocate of knowing your body, learning your
Mhm.
body, what your points are, what gets you there. It's the secrecy part for me that is the mental cheating, because let me know that, hey, like you said, Brother Bird, every now and then I like to play with myself. I love myself. I like to rub one out. I happen to be, uncircumcised, so the shit hurts for me, so I don't get to rub one out. But no, but so I wish I could. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I'm okay with that, but it's the secrecy part for me, because then that to me conjures up the connotation that you're not here with me all the way and you want to do something else. Now you need to understand who's saying this. Now I don't care if you
Exactly.
if you're mentally cheating.
I was gonna say black. I mean, what if it's a case where she embarrassed?
You know, and so that's all the more reason to say,
What are you embarrassed for?
I don't want you watching me.
We're not
You
talking
know,
about you.
I, to answer your question, she could say, well, look, I'm embarrassed, but okay, I'm gonna give you private time. Let me tell. in all of my successful relationships, I believe that you still should have individual time to still get to know yourself. My marriage at its best, we were always had a 3 bedrooms for a reason. We had our bedroom, she had a room, and I had a room. It still allowed us to be able to grow individually. Now, Michelle, oh God, I should have said her name, but my wife, and I said it now. My wife, in her room, she was a big Mariah Carey fan, and she liked to read. We had very distinct differences. For all I know, she was in there on Mariah Carey with her legs spread wide open and getting it in. I don't know. God bless her. But that was her space and time to do her, and I wanted to give her that. You know what I'm saying? And for a reason. So there was no reason for secrecy, you know. So that was my thing. But I don't care if it's mentally cheating or not. If you need a little extra to ring, I'm not going to ring your bell every time. Definitely now where I'm at that look. So, hell, go ahead on, please, and go in there and do your thing. But it's the secrecy thing for me. So let me read a couple of comments, and then you guys can chime in here. Candace says we are individuals first. I don't think we owe it to you to tell you every single thing. I would hate to cause unnecessary stress. It's no disrespect to my spouse. We're kind of saying the same thing.
I like that.
You were kind of saying the same thing, and that's exactly why I alluded to the fact that she had a private room. She had a private room to do what she wants. Because you're right, sweetheart. I don't think you're supposed to tell every little thing. Some secrets are good secrets.
Right.
That's why you don't have to be secretive about it. That, hey, this is my thing, and I'm gonna do my thing. So that's why. So I agree with you. Actually, Jenny is just covered her eyes.
I think the secrecy part. I think where that could really maybe an issue if the partner, the woman, isn't being satisfied sexually by her partner, and if that is her only way of being satisfied, and she doesn't tell her partner, now I think that's that thing. I think that that's an issue.
So you bring up a great point. So that's the thing. If there's some things I could be doing better, give me the chance to figure that out,
Now,
and now if you still need to get a little more, baby, handle your business.
Have at it. Yeah.
Y'all know damn well y'all ego cannot take y'all saying it's trash and you need to do better.
No, you know what?
You're
Hannah,
right. You're right if you said it that way.
If you said it that way,
or
you're
not
right.
that way.
Right.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Go ahead, Pimpin.
What do you mean? I don't know how to say it. I don't have that problem.
I'm just saying, what would be the nice way to tell a gentleman that,
Right.
so you get it
Like,
right.
look, I would say, I've had the conversation. Let me tell you, I've had the conversation, and I told him, look, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not getting anything out of it. So like, can we switch it up? Can we do this? Can we bring something else in? Like, because I'm just not enjoying having sex with you. I don't have
a problem with that. And especially if she's specific, saying you're not lasting long enough, or you don't wait. If you're specific, you giving me something to work with. But you're right, hon. If you just come out and say, "Look, here, your shit is trash."
Yeah, it is like, we definitely get in our feelings then.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Are you saying, like,
you know, me? Show you too. I think that's a better way, showing instead of telling.
Right.
Hey, I'll take that. That's even better. What's up, Jenny from New York?
Hey, Jenny.
So that's where, again, the communication comes into play. And again, let's say if her sex drive is way higher than mine, like, ideally, I want to be in a situationship. I'm 54. I want a 54-year-old woman. What the fuck am I do with a 54-year-old woman? I need to be a young woman. But
canceled again.
But I just think,
what's wrong with a 54-year-old woman?
Hell no. I want
Black. I'm with you.
I'm with you, Black. Don't even have to wear a bra. I want that. I want to be able to bounce a quarter off that ass. So she got to be young and firm, all that good
Jesus.
stuff.
You know what, Black? I can't lie, brother. I want one of them too. I do.
Y'all make it sound like you can order it off of Amazon. Shame on
hey,
y'all.
hey, this is the last day of Amazon Prime, ain't
Oh,
it?
I'm just saying. So, oh my God, sis, we missed you too.
Hey,
Sherry,
what's up, Sherry?
mhm.
Miss you.
devil is strong. Mother needed help soon as it
Oh,
was.
okay. All right.
Oh, miss you,
Miss you,
Hey,
Sherry.
Sherry.
Sherry, what's up, sis?
Missed you, sis. Missed you, love you. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, good question. Let's squeeze in another one, guys. Yeah, let's squeeze in another one here. I hope I got a good one queued up. I think I do. All right, that was interesting right there, though. Oh yeah. This is a good one to take us home. Why are more men single in their 40s these days? Somebody wanted to know. Why are more men single in their 40s these days? Hmm.
Are
Mm.
men more single in
I
their
was gonna
40s?
say,
I
are
just
they?
without having it in front of us, are men more single in their 40s these days?
I did
I
not know
believe they
that.
are. I personally believe they are, and I have the reason I think it is. But I want to. But so you don't know if they are or not, Tasha.
Right. Yeah, no. But I mean, I could still, answer the question like hypothetically if we are just going to just assume they are. Let's just go with that thought process. Why they would be, it could be that it just okay, maybe failed relationships, marriages, they're just tired of it. They don't feel like, putting forth the effort to be fully invested in someone else. Shit, maybe they just enjoying this time of their life. What if they got married younger and they're just, and then their marriage ended not too long ago? Or let's say they didn't get married. Let's say they just had like a series of serious monogamous relationships, and now they just want to be by themselves. The landscape of dating has changed so much that it doesn't mean what it used to. It means different things to different people. So, and it's hard to like weed through and find exactly what you're looking for, ultimately without being used. And it seems like it's a lot more users than just regular people. Somebody's lying. Let me just say it. Somebody out there is lying because there's too many of us sitting around here single saying it ain't enough good people single, but we're good people, but we're saying that like the pool is
Hmm.
contaminated. So
Right.
somebody's lying somewhere.
Yeah.
The math ain't mathing somewhere.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I'll speak. I'm not a man. Don't want to be. So I'll speak on
Okay.
if like Natasha says, hypothetically speaking. So I'll go by a family member right now who was the biggest player that I knew growing up. And now he knocking on 50 door and I'm seeing his Facebook post. Oh, I need a wife. We're all the good women. Well, you had them. They're all married now. You had them. They're married. You played the game. They're all married. So now they're not there anymore. So I think that could be a thing too.
Okay.
And I won't name this family member, but I'm looking at their post now like once upon a time, that would never have been in their vocabulary. So it could be that as well. Like you played the game,
Okay.
you didn't want it, and now you're getting a little older. You might need somebody to pick up your medicine or something. Then you looking around and you don't have that because you played the game when you were younger. So now you're older and it's not the same anymore. And now some of the younger women that you're looking for, they not picking up nothing. They want you to pick up something. So I mean,
Valid
you
point.
gotta just
Valid
let
Yeah,
point.
us know.
that's
Valid point.
valid. That's
Valid
that's
point.
some truth to all that, for
Valid
real.
point. Bird or Kenny, what do you say on this one?
Well, I mean, so far it's all of the above. It could be, they battle tested, worn torn, been through a few relationships. Could be now why get married because it's easy to get the yeeks because of the fact that, women being like men now. They can do the same things we do. Hey, listen, we can hit it and quit it together and we can go our separate ways. It's all good. So it could be a plethora of things on the reason
Mhm.
why that is. In my own opinion, I'm not sure if that is the case, but again, if we are speaking hypothetically, If
Right.
that is the case, then all the above is true, and sprinkling with a couple other things as well. But you know, I agree with the ladies to a certain extent that yeah,
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Brother Kenny, what do you say on this one? Sherry say you better learn some new mouth moves. She always trying to put my stuff
There
on
goes
her,
Sherry,
but
boy.
she ain't gonna do a
Boy.
TD thing on
Sherry,
me.
Right. Yeah,
You
Sherry.
selfish son of a bitch. But anyway,
That's it. Yeah, she the typical 68 and owe me one. Definitely.
right.
That's who she is, Sherry. Uh I don't know if there's any data to prove this. Obviously, we are just kind of speaking this
Hmm.
from a hypothetical viewpoint. I would say that I think if you're saying that while men in their 40s singles, I think probably one of the reasons is a lot of men may have gotten married early in their 20s and they
Hmm.
become divorced.
Hmm.
And by that time in their 40s, a lot of times some men may not want to do this relationship thing anymore. They looking just for situationships or whatever. It could be, I mean, it just could be a number of things. And then another thing I think is because what does no disrespect to my beautiful loving couple that's about to get married right now, at the end of the day, what does a man really get out of marriage? How does he benefit? And a lot of men think like that. How do I benefit from marriage? So I think that could be a possibility too. So it could be a plethora of things. So I don't know.
Okay. I told y'all I was an opinionated SOB, so here I go because I don't even question the reason that it's. I think it's true, and I think I know why. This is just from where I sit. From my vantage point. I think with the advent of the Me Too movement and the change in the dating landscape, I do think women have the upper hand in a sense now. And a lot of stuff I agree with what you're saying in the sense that the roles have reversed. And I've been saying this for a long time. And I mean, and I'm being so serious here. And so I think now women aren't looking to get married. They're having their fun. It's their time. So I
Mhm.
have no problem with that. But to your point, Brother Kenny, you asked the question about, asking the question, well, what do you get out of marriage? Therein lies the problem. What marriage was before and what it is now is two different things. And so I think the needle has moved for men in their 40s. Now, somebody in their 20s and 30s, they might do it because they're going into it with the mindset anyway that if it doesn't work out, oh, well, I'll marry again. You know what I'm saying? And I think what people think of as marriage has changed. It's become something different. Marriage for the younger generation, they're marrying women that can't even fucking cook, that won't clean. Half of them won't even wash their own ass.
oh,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I'm
definitely.
being so
they ain't
Yikes!
washing
serious.
ass.
Wash your
I'm being
Yikes!
ass.
so serious. Hygiene, it is. You look at commercials now; they're constantly creating new and different ways for bitches not to even wash their own stinking trap. You know what I'm saying? And so the needle has moved to what's important. And so I have all these little sayings, and my saying from the Equalizer movie is, when you pray for rain, you have to deal with the mud. You guys are sitting on the top of the heap now, but chivalry is dead, romance is dead, the love language is dead, and guess who killed it? You evil bitches who done ascended to the throne, and now
Jesus.
you got it. I'm just keeping it funky with you. So for men in their 40s, I'm speaking for the men in their 40s and older, we have got to a place where, you know what, I would do a situationship because you're not bringing to the table what I would be looking for in a marriage. You know what I'm saying? And we see it play out on TikTok videos and things of that nature, because they're the ones now that want to be in the clubs and partying, shaking their ass without washing their ass. And so my thing is, I'm not bringing that home. And then I don't need you for if all it is that sex, because the titties and asses have gotten bigger and the brains have gotten smaller. And so if all you're bringing to the table is big old fake titties and bought asses from wherever the hell you're getting these asses from, I'll borrow them for a few hours, and then I'm gonna give that shit back to you. That is why that men are not getting married, and that's because if that's all you're bringing to the table, I'm not going to marry that. You know, I can borrow that, for a few hours, and our relationships have become transactional. You're gonna get what you need out of it, and that's fine. You know, for some women, it's the paymaster stuff. Others it's different things. But I think there are a larger pool of men, 40s and older, that are deciding to, what, it's just, I'm gonna ride this thing out. Maybe this shit'll circle back around, but we're not even teaching little girls anymore how to cook, clean, take house, pay bills. And I'm not talking about being a servant. I'm just talking about the fundamentals of what a 40-something-year-old man think of in terms of marriage. We have a couple right up here in the top corner. I can tell you with 100% certainty, he would not be marrying that woman if she wasn't bringing some good old-fashioned values to the table, knowing how to take care of house and home, pay bills, and be a true partner. And what's out there is not that. And so when I said you guys are my favorite couple, you guys are an anomaly to me, and some of the guys I know that are married, what they tell me? You know what I hear all the time? I'm going to stay. If this doesn't work out, I will not do this again. The people are making that conscious choice that I'll stay here because all the other expressions is cheaper to keep her, all that kind of stuff. But when you back out here, and Kenny's right, and you've done these relationships on the front end, we already have a semblance of what we will tolerate and what we won't. What is a good woman and what is not. Now, of course, I'm leaving out the fact that there's a lot of shiftless, shitty ass men out here too that aren't ready for the real thing too. So I'm not absolving us either. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that wasn't a question though, but you're right.
Right, exactly. That's why I say I don't want you to think I'm just jumping on women, because the same could be said for men. You got brothers out here who can't fucking hang a picture. If the toilet breaks, they don't even know what to do. But we ain't talking about us right now.
Yeah, that wasn't a question. No, that wasn't a question.
It wasn't. No. That wasn't a question, Hunter.
Hunter. No, you go post that question in the group, and then we'll bring it back on a later date.
Sis, what's up, sis?
This must be real talk.
It is, baby. And in honor of it, real talk, and my sis being able to join us, I'm gonna throw in one more in here. So Sherry, you can get in on this, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw
Good seeing you, Sherry. It's been a minute.
Sherry.
You've been missed, sis. You've been missed.
I miss y'all.
I'm gonna throw one more in here so we can get in here. So this ought to be a good one here. Just because she says she's single doesn't mean she doesn't have standby go-to dick she's currently utilizing. Is that true or is that false? So just because a woman says she's single, don't assume that she ain't got no standby dick on the side. You think that's true or not?
That's some goddamn.
Y'all want me to go first?
Let me tell you.
No, let me go first.
Hey, fellas, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, fellas. They got some. They got some. They got some in the bullpen. They got some on the bench. They got some on the practice squad. They got some. Believe that. So don't fall for it. If she says she's single, but hey, somebody dusting that thing up. Don't believe they ain't. Okay, I'm good.
I'm with you. Go ahead, sis.
I agree with you, Kenny, 100%. And that's true. And even if you're married, that doesn't mean that you don't have no standby date. You just know that too.
Okay.
That's right, because I got them standby.
See, I'm leaving you alone, sis. I'm leaving you alone. I'm telling you. I'm coming to my couple on this one last because I want y'all to drink this in. Tasha?
Huh?
Yeah.
You heard him. Talk about you heard him, Tasha. Stop.
That's because y'all see, because you identify as single. What about that standby dick?
Is it really standby? I have a question. Is it really an option if you don't exercise the
trying to
option? Hold on now.
intellectualize
Hold
shit.
on. Hold on. Because I'm asking a serious question because is it really an option if you don't ever exercise it? Just because somebody plotting on you don't mean that you necessarily got something in your pipeline. That doesn't equate to that. Now, however, to this conversation,
Mm.
is the next one always, like not too far away? I believe so, yeah. If I'm being perfectly honest, it's always just not too far away. I have an idea, just as a woman, just who I would like to be with, but doesn't mean that you're actively doing anything. Jeez, what's wrong with y'all? Get your mind out together. Get your minds right, people. Just
Stop it.
asking.
Well, my mind is
Just
not in the
Stop
gutter,
it.
but I do know every now and then you do happen to trip over some straight dick, though. But I'm just saying.
Huh?
I'm just saying.
Huh?
I'm just
Me? No.
I'm just saying.
Does it count though? I think you get grandfathered in if you've been dealing with someone for so long. I don't think if it's been more than 10 years you've been dealing with somebody, I don't think it counts.
Grandfather
don't.
Okay,
did.
yeah, I ain't never heard
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I ain't
Oh
never
my
heard
I don't think
grandfather,
it counts. You
grandfather
get
I ain't never
in.
heard
grandfathered,
that.
yeah,
Oh
you get
my.
grandfathered in. I don't think it counts. It's not, no longer, it's not a new lead, okay? It's not
Whoa,
something new.
wow.
I've never heard grandfather in
Wow,
on
wow,
the
wow.
topic.
I think after
Tasha
10
has
years, it
just
doesn't count.
introduced a new term.
So
Right. I gotta remember that one.
Yeah, I do too.
Grandfathered
Tasha just
in.
introduced a new term for it. Okay,
it
gotcha.
doesn't count.
Okay.
Hannah, what you say on this one, sweetheart?
The answer is false, and that's all I'm saying.
And you sticking to it.
Eat
It's
the cake.
false. It's lies.
Eat the cake,
That's,
anime.
it's lies and false
Trying to tell you.
prophecies up in here. I mean, I feel like if a person is single, then it shouldn't matter if it's standby. It ain't standby. It's stand up. It's who's available. If you single, then it's you can do whatever you want. So unless you
True.
want to step up, then somebody gonna be there waiting in their place.
Nope.
So either step up or get stepped on.
All right, all right. Women rule the world.
Mm-hmm.
Women rule the world. What you say on this one, Brother Bird?
Of course.
Not of
Right.
course.
Side dick all over the place.
Yeah,
All
right.
over the place. Come on now, let's stop playing here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can get replaced real quick. I'm
Absolutely.
being
Not real
yeah,
quick,
yeah,
yeah.
real quick. Trust me. So you know what I mean. At the end of the day, yeah. I mean, look, if they have men, men will fuck anything almost. So of course they got standby dicks all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
If the dick is great though, then it might not be a standby that close.
Okay.
No, it's still standby.
I said that close.
Thank
I
you.
said that close.
Thank you. That's all I'm
I didn't say
saying.
not in it ever. I said that close.
Here,
Now, if it's great and you rationing out properly too, you can't be selfish with it.
even if it's great, here's the one thing I firmly believe women have over men. A comedian said it best one time. I think it was Chris Rock. Ever since you've been 12, 13 years old, every man you know been trying to fuck you. Let's just keep
Not
it.
12.
Let's,
Yeah.
let's,
Yeah.
12?
Unfortunately, yes.
let's just keep
Yeah.
it real.
Mhm.
Let's
Who's
just keep
fucking
it
at
real.
12?
Especially when you look at the development of 12 and 13-year-olds today,
Mhm.
And so I'm not talking about grown ass men necessarily, but I'm saying the point I'm making is from the point your body starts changing, that little boy that's pulling on your curls, yeah, he trying to hit. When you get to be 15 and 16 and you lay down on the bed and squeeze in your jeans and you go out and all the little fellas that's around you, he trying to hit.
But hold on, because that's what I wanted to clarify. Is it really an option? Does it even count if you don't acknowledge it? if it's not something that you don't exercise, it doesn't count.
I'm,
Don't count.
I'm
We're
coming
not
to
we're not
that.
even talking about that.
We
I'm
are talking
No,
about it.
no. See, you trying to change the question,
We
That's
are
Tasha.
what I
talking
said.
Yeah,
about
that was a
that.
good
Here's what I love
spin.
about Tasha.
Nah.
She
It
can,
wasn't a good spin. It was the facts.
Like
see,
if you got
what I
that
love
if you got that boy in your
about women.
corner,
Here's what Tasha does, and women are they're better at
They
it than we are.
good at
Tasha,
it.
you're not
I know
wrong.
what she doing. She
They're
always
able
does
to
that.
intellectualize strange. What
I'm not
Bert
intellectual.
said is true. See, we as men, we own every nasty, filthy, dirty sexual act we can come across because we have to work for it. We have to ask for it and beg for it. You could be the sexiest man alive, and we still got to put in some kind of. We got to ask for it. But as a woman, the moment your body starts developing, it's being offered to you on a platter. So to your point, Tasha, you can intellectualize it all you want, sweetheart. The thing of it is, you know good and goddamn well that you got multiple dicks waiting in the rings, and you know what
Exactly.
you're doing when your friend be coming over. Because here's the little trick she pull. You
We're
know,
just friends.
you,
We're
you
just,
heard,
Oh,
you heard,
and
you heard
that's I've heard that
he
before.
wants to do is that now you can come over, but you can't. I'm not sucking your dick and I'm not fucking, but you can come over and watch TV.
yeah.
Oh, in black, I don't even have on anything sexy.
Nothing sexy.
Oh, we were just
Nothing.
watching TV. And I'm trying to explain to her that as a woman, when he crossed the threshold, you've invited the invitation that I'm hoping I'm gonna get something out of this, and you think you can parade your ass around, and then when it happens, now you want to pull fire into your bosom and act like it wasn't you supposed to get burned. You know what you ladies know what you're doing. Y'all keep dick sideways, waiting in the wings, and to be able to pull it out. And because it's so readily available to you, you can pull that bullshit that you saying, talking about grandfather and in some dick. It's you grandfather it in, all right.
And then Tasha she'd invited him over to watch that dry ass
Thank
Netflix
you.
movie.
No,
Thank you.
no,
Oh,
Thank you.
because
Look at
I'm
her
Yeah,
face.
serious.
Look at
you
her
know,
face.
good well he ain't want to watch that
Thank
damn
you.
dry ass Netflix movie. You already
Well,
know
it
what
would
was
be
on his
better
mind.
than what the alternative was that he was going to be doing anyway. Okay, if you're somewhere and you don't want to be around like a whole bunch of people and you feel like you need to escape for whatever reason that you're going through your own thing, I'm trying to be nice. I'm
But
trying to be nice. I'm giving
it,
you an outlet. You come over here. It's quiet. Don't sit next to me. You ain't got to sit next to me. Sit across the room. I don't want to tempt
really,
you. I'm not wearing anything
really that
special.
work?
I'm not doing none of that.
Hold on.
Just
Answer
sit
this
over
one
there.
question. Answer this one question though. But
Mhm.
did you not tell me that this same person though is always asking to get his dick sucked?
Yes.
what the hell? Tasha, I was on your side.
look, you ain't
You
gotta
can
wear
Think
ask
anything.
about
all
what
you
she
want
said.
to.
You
Don't
can
mean
still
you're
look good
gonna
at.
get
Look
it.
at tradition.
But
Yeah.
that's not the point. But listen to what she said. You don't have to stay where you're at. It's quiet over here. Nobody's going to bother you over here. Oh, by the way, I have liquor and it's cozy as shit.
You just made me sound like the witch off of Hansel and Gretel. I am not luring men to
And
my house.
Listen,
That
and
is
them
not
damn
what
red
I'm
pills that you
doing.
be dropping is for real. It's for real. And women, y'all do that because again, y'all don't have to work for it.
Not
Right
really.
now,
They don't.
I call
there's
lies.
some bitch with a little old neck and a big bloated head, and her lips is chapped like a motherfucker, and her pussy smell like her armpits, and even somebody trying to fuck her dingy, nasty, no good ass.
Okay, so then what you're saying is we should just be mean to y'all. That's what I heard. Is that what you heard, Hannah? We
Some
should just
men
be
like
mean to
me,
men.
though.
Thank you.
So
Thank you. Mean or nice, you
so
guys have dick waiting in the wings and you know
so
it.
don't talk
on
to y'all then.
reserve.
So don't talk to men. That's what your advice
That
is.
is
He ain't
not my
talking.
that is not my advice, fellas.
Yeah.
I did not say that. But here's the beauty of as we end this show. You know what this show, as I always said, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and we all live on Earth, and we got to live together, and we're working towards getting this thing right. So we went over a little bit, but I do want to thank you guys, sis, for popping in late.
Yeah.
This was an impromptu show that we decided to do because I'm exhausted, and I don't think I would have done the original subject any justice. But I can't tell you how good it is to still have talked to you guys, and so y'all don't even know. That's refreshing to my soul. I plan on getting a really good night's rest, but better
Good,
better
good.
than the rest. I mean this. Oh, I mean this on the souls of my two brothers. Seeing you guys, I feel so much. I'm glad that I came and still did it. You
Yeah,
know, y'all my family.
right.
I live in a city where I actually don't have any real family. Y'all are my family, and so I thank you guys because y'all have lifted me up to be able to get a laugh and mentally relaxing. Y'all made this so easy to do this. So I want to thank you guys for that.
Yeah, no, thank you. I mean, this was therapeutic for me too, man. Because like I said, we all going through stuff, man. So this is
Man,
our time to just to get with my fam and we chop it up and have some laughs and talk about some stuff that people really want to know about anyway. So it's all good.
I love it. I love it. So as we close out, these are the dog days of summer. It's hot. It's miserable.
Ooh.
There's a lot going on, as Kenny said, in all of our backgrounds. From planned events that's coming up to family issues to the constraints of financial shit that's going on. Real life is happening all around us. Let's commit to each other to keep meeting, keep holding each other up, making each other laugh, giving each other the support that we need. Because we've been doing this for a long time. But anybody viewing out there, we're not friends. We family.
Right.
We
For sure.
family.
Yeah.
So I love you guys. So I want my brother Kenny to take us home. We went over anyway. Brother Kenny, tell everybody where they can continue to be a part of this family. TFG is a family. It
Yes,
is it
sir.
is the real deal behind the scenes. The people that make this possible, brother Lamar, Kenny. If you're not on this train, be, don't become a viewer. We don't have fans. We have family. Family viewers. Become a part of the family.
I
Tell
want some fans. I don't know what you talking about, Black. I want some fans so I can start me only fans or something,
there
man.
you go.
You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah. I
You,
want some
my brother,
fans.
you in the physical shape to do that. To
Hey,
start
it
on
ain't
the
about the physical shape. It's about the swag. You can figure it
there-
out. I
I
know
feel
you can
you.
figure it out.
There you go, my brother. There you go. Well, tell everybody where they can find us so that they can become fans of Brother Kenny, and viewers to the rest of us.
Where you watching Real Talk for Real Men, Tasha and Black are the hosts. You can catch them on Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sundays is a little bit more relaxed. We're gonna have a little fun. Wednesdays we're gonna be a little bit more serious, but tonight we kept it lighthearted, and it was cool. Sometimes you need that in your life. Now Thursday nights on the TFG network, Forgive Us Later with Lamar Falk, with Charles Moore and DJ Sullivan. You can catch them around 7:35 on their channel on YouTube. Forgive Us Later, where they're gonna talk. They're gonna talk men talk, talking about trending topics, entertainment, sports, and they're gonna talk crazy. So if you ladies watch that, you might have to forgive them later because they're gonna say
Uh,
something crazy. And then on Fridays, you can catch the Real Estate Insider with Lamar Falk. He goes live around 9:30. You can catch him. He's doing all the celebrity homes, regardless if they're in foreclosure or not. He's going to show you some celebrity homes, and he may have a special guest on Fridays and on Sundays as well. He does the Real Estate Insider live around 9 p.m. I know the Real Housewives of Atlanta is popping now, so he goes on a little later, so he can catch everybody after that. Now on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, you can check out Brew with the Fellas, and that's Charles Moore and that's Dwayne Martin. They do their show. They talking about entertainment, trending topics, sports, and whatever's going on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on their channel. Monday nights, you can catch me, myself, and my guy Lee Black on TFG Tonight with the host Brenton Haynes at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we're talking about the news of the day, trending topics, sports, entertainment with Devin Devine, who's getting in somebody's business. We never know whose business she's getting in on Monday nights. And then on Tuesday nights, catch your boy. I'm a sports guy, but I talk about everything. I got something to say. You catch me at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on the TFG Sports Media Channel. I'm giving you sports straight with no chaser. And that's about all I think we got. Is that it? I think that's it, Brother Black. I think I
Man,
went down through there. Peace.
I love it. Thank you so much, Brother Kenny. And I want to thank Jenny from the block in the Bronx for popping in. and my baby girl Jenny from Memphis for popping in, and Candace from the Candy Shop. So appreciate you guys popping in and supporting, showing us love. And so I want to thank all of you again for just spending a little bit of time with us. What I'm hoping to do, my brother Kenny and I, we want to do something special, and I'm going to get with you over the weekend, brother Kenny, and we're going to pick a day next week. And I want to try to do something a little different next week. I want to try to combine sports-related topics as it relates to relationships. So we're going to try to give y'all something a little bit extra with Kenny and myself. So I want to discuss that with you over the weekend, my brother.
Okay, that's cool.
You know, so we just try to constantly come up with innovative ways to get us through this heat and get us through this thing called life. With that said, you know what? Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening. Give that time back to you. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other, and keep family close. Love you. Peace. Always
love you back, brother. All right, love y'all. Peace.